I like the nice view of our box model.
Oh, yes. Hello. Probably not done yet. I have to see. Chat will be here, and then I can display them as they pop up. Oh, 3 people.
Evidently. And you did tell people it's happening. So.
That is true. And I think people have notifications for when I go live.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Back down to 2. Oh well. Welcome to anyone who's here. Let's see.
2 of them just merged back into the same person.
Yeah. Oh, and it looks like Heidi is here to join us.
Huh.
Hello, Heidi.
Hello.
Welcome.
Camera switched just now. Hello.
So, yeah, it's been a long time since I've done one of these streams, so I'm a little rusty. But, and I guess I should open up. Okay, yay, we got comments. Hello, Hazelnut Ramblings. Welcome, and Holly Booney, and Jennifer Brown. Alright, I'll be back in a few. Very nice to have some people already, because I wasn't sure if anyone was going to be joining late. I don't know how often people tend to do midnight streams for NaNoWriMo anymore. It was a lot bigger a few years ago, but I don't know. I still think it's fun. So, Steven is with me today.
I'm here. I'm just off to the side.
And Heidi, right there. And we are going to be playing some writing games and chatting about NaNoWriMo projects.
I mean, you do like the shirt this year.
I do like the shirt this year. I really kind of want the shirt. It has a cat on it, so I think I probably need it.
You might mute Discord if you don't want to take over there.
Yeah. Settings.
Just go down lower. Disable. There you go.
Aha!
They'll stop it beeping so much.
Cool. Oh. Palibuni says hi, and hi to Totoro, and to this new guy that I got.
Oh, so cute.
Apparently, his name is
Sawyer.
Yeah, Sawyer. Is what his assigned name is. I don't know yet if I'm going to be changing it, but
Assigned at purchase.
yeah, assigned at purchase. He's very squishy. All right. So, what do we want to start with? Do we want to wait a couple minutes and see if more people join us, or start on a game? Guess we can start with a quick game just to kind of get warmed up.
All right.
So, we have 2 games that we're going to play today. One of them is called Real or Fake, and Steven and I have been sort of getting this ready for the last few days. Mostly for me, I came up with the story ideas like a long time ago, but then didn't write them down until like 5 minutes ago. So it was a little bit panicked. And then Steven would do when did you start?
I finished mine last night, and I probably started like 2 nights ago. 3, maybe.
Okay.
Something like that.
So, the way the story works is we have like story synopsis and title, and the other person has to guess if it's a real book or if it's a fake one that we made up. So we each have several real ones and several fake ones, and then we'll just have to go back and forth. I figure we'll do like a handful at a time and then do sprints or something. And, so we could have like multiple rounds.
Now, are we asking any of these to Heidi? We didn't make her prepare, but we can still ask her.
Right. I feel like what we'll do is we'll give time for Heidi and or people in chat to guess.
Okay.
And then we'll reveal when everybody's done. Okay. So. Oh, and I guess Sawyer's story. So Stephen got Sawyer for me for when I was recovering from surgery. So that is his story.
If you move the webcam further this way, it might get more of me if you want me on the screen. It might scare people away, but it doesn't really. Well, you could turn the screen over.
Yeah, I guess I could just tilt the monitor.
Sure.
There we go. Yay!
Oh, a little
Here
more
we
here.
exist. Okay. So are we ready? I guess we can like take turns and.
I think that makes the most sense.
Okay.
Although you have more than I do.
Yeah, I have more. So
I'll
maybe.
run out first.
Yeah, maybe I'll start and like at the end of the round, like I'll end a round and then start the next round. So it's like every other, but like sandwiched.
We'll do whatever you tell me to do.
Okay.
Now, for the guessing, do you want me to guess in the chat or to guess live, or will
Whichever
that
you
spoil
prefer.
it? Okay.
Okay. So, number 1. The guilty. A group of prisoners revolt against their corrupt prison guards. Real or fake?
I want to say real.
Yeah, it sounds real to me.
Anyone in chat want to guess? Oh, guessing real. All right. Well, that one is fake.
Ooh.
I made that one up. All right.
Man, you're really vague with yours. I went way more in depth with mine.
See, some of them were more detailed, and some of them were like literally half a sentence.
Okay, because that sounds very plausible, but there's not much detail.
Yeah.
Okay, so my first one, title is Reaper Man. When Death retires, he goes to live a normal life and gets a job on a farm, taking part in the rural community in which it resides. However, with Death no longer working, no one can die. As this begins to cause chaos, Death has to decide where he really belongs.
That needs to wait.
I'm tempted to say real. That was my first guess. It sounded like something somebody would write. Sometimes you just go with the first guess.
I feel like I'm tempted to say real, but for some reason I feel like it's fake. Everybody's guessing real again.
You can lock in your answer before I tell you.
All right, I'm saying fake.
Okay, it is real.
Oh,
it's one of my favorite Terry Pratchett books.
Okay.
Ah.
It definitely sounded real, but I was trying to think like.
It did sound like a Terry Pratchett book, but in the moment I couldn't put a name to it. It gave that vibe.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see. Second one. Let's see. I didn't have a chance to shuffle these before the stream, so I'm just like, I want to get them good. Okay. Girlfriend in a coma. Richard's pregnant, comatose girlfriend's reawakening may bring about the apocalypse.
I think think that's too dumb for you to have made it up, so I think that's real. I don't think you would have made that up to try and pass off.
I first thought was fake, so I'm going to change my answer from the usual real on this one, but I might regret it.
Okay. Anything in the chat? Oh, fake. This one is real.
Ooh.
We should keep score somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if there's any way to like keep scores. I can grab something. Oh, you got no cards literally right there.
There's no card.
Also,
and...
Okay. So let's see. Amanda is so far 0 for 1. And then Heidi got 2? No. You missed the first one. You got the second. And you missed this one. So you've got 1. And I got this one. So I've got 1. Okay. I always like to keep score. I'm a little competitive. Okay, is it my turn?
Yep.
Okay. So the title of this candidate is Star Climber. In this adventure novel, Matt and Kate board the Star Climber, a vessel that will climb along a long strand into outer space to explore the cosmos. This adventure quickly becomes complicated by interpersonal and mechanical issues and what lurks beyond our atmosphere.
I feel like it's real. Oh, probably would have some.
I want to say real as well because I know you're not much of a sci-fi person that much, so I don't know if sci-fi would like naturally flow for a fake storyline.
I've written science fiction in the past.
Okay.
So both of you are saying it's real?
Yeah. And Pelagoni's also saying it's real.
It is real. It's the last book of the Airborne trilogy.
Okay.
It's my least favorite of the 3, but I do enjoy the series. Went for Amanda and Heidi and Papa.
All right. Next up. Fram. Employees of a fake government agency get sent on a real mission.
I think that sounds real. I'm going to go with real on this one.
Ooh. I'm going to guess fake on this one.
Fake? Everybody's guessing real? It is real.
Ah.
Ooh.
Now, some of these ones I'm like kind of interested in reading.
Yeah, I want to list the end of new books to read.
Yeah, I went and found just a list of weird books and like premises online, and some of them are definitely things that I would not read, but a couple of them look interesting.
Is it my go?
Yep.
I wasn't sure when you were done with it. All right. This candidate, the title is King Me. The kingdom of Tozalel is in chaos after the death of late King Heinrich without a clear successor. When the king's advisor announces that among Heinrich's effects is a list of a dozen particular peculiar feats that would earn his successor the right to the throne, Charles thinks he has what it takes. The only catch is that no one besides the king's advisor knows what the tasks are, and he's not talking.
Ooh. I'm gonna guess fake.
It's always tricky when there's like names thrown in. I don't know why, but that makes it harder for me to guess. I'm gonna guess fake as well. And got Hazelnut Ramblings guessing fake, and Polyboony guessing real.
It is fake.
I
made that one up.
Haha.
And Hazelnut will score, although they're behind, but that's fine.
All right, let's do maybe a couple more, and then we'll chat some, I guess.
Sure. Whatever you want to do.
Okay. This one. Quack. After an accident, a man believes himself to be a duck and tries to move into the city park.
I'm gonna go with fake on that one. Unless it's like a children's book. If it were like a chapter book for like elementary school, maybe, but I think no.
Yeah, I would say fake because like even like if it was a children's book, it would be kind of dark. So I'm not sure if this exists.
Fake, but I must read that story. I'm not gonna lie, I read that. That one is fake.
All right, so let's see. That's one for me and Heidi.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you said one more. Okay, you meant one more for me too.
Yeah.
Okay. On June's veranda. In this tale of suspense, Gavin's tough life takes a turn for the better when he meets Katie on the shores of Carter Lake one fall and romance blossoms. But when she goes missing only a week later, he finds himself the prime suspect in her disappearance. He has to go on the hunt himself to clear his name and make sense of his new love's troubled past.
Real?
I will guess real as well.
Okay.
It's like everybody's guessing real.
Real. Fake! Entirely fake. No points for anyone.
Wow.
I feel like I should get a point for fooling everyone.
I feel like this would be good for, well, not the coming up with story parts, but something about this could make a good Jackbox game.
Yeah, something similar.
Yeah. All right. So, let's have a chat. What is everybody doing for NaNoWriMo? Because I don't know yet what I'm doing for NaNoWriMo, and it starts very soon. Would you like to share your project or any part of it, or you don't have to?
I mean, I haven't So I'm kind of writing from very little this year, which is what I did last time as well, where I had kind of a vague concept and just started from that. But it's fantasy. Surprise! It's high fantasy. I've never written that before. But it's about a group of people who have to go. Kind of the classic, a group of unlikely individuals who are put together by a seemingly fated occurrence where they need to take a particular prodigy, I guess, to fight. They're kind of the chaperones of the real hero kind of thing. So the group, the main group we care about is not the person who's super important. They're the people trying to take them where they're going, and kind of the misadventures, mainly in a tragic sense, that they undergo. I don't have a lot of it fleshed out. I've got a couple of scenes in my head is really all I've got. So it's going to be interesting to try and write.
What about you, Heidi?
Well, I've been spending most of this past month just pursuing side projects, so I've done nothing for all of what should have been Preptober, except write down a few paragraphs here and there about kind of what I would want to write. I'm going to resurrect an old project that I was working on for about a year ago now, maybe a couple years actually. It's been a while, that it never really got off the ground. I just had trouble believing in it, but I've got some new ideas to give it some life and switch up the character names and setting a little bit, make it more fun. I feel like I've tried to write in a fantasy genre for some time, and when I initially started out, I hadn't read much fantasy, so I've spent the past couple years correcting that and reading a bunch of stuff in the genre I want to write. So I'm going for more of like a fairy tale retelling vibe, and I'm probably going to use a lot of tropes in this one to be real. Like, it's not going to be really, really original and fun yet, but I just need to get back into writing, and even if it never becomes something that's published, I'm going to have fun with it. I read a book recently with the cool concept of like a human lie detector, like where somebody has the superpower of being able to detect lies. So I'm going to try to put my own spin on that, and that's about all I have right now. So we'll see where that
goes. Well, good luck. And we've got, okay, Palabuni is cheering on Friends this year. And working on 2 books, revising the first book in a 4-book YA fantasy series. Wow. And then finishing up a draft of book 2. That's quite a lot. I have never fully finished a book before. I have a few like NaNoWriMo drafts, but they're kind of in timeout right now until they figure out what they've done wrong. But yeah, that's really cool. And then Jennifer is back.
Yeah. I didn't prepare for my story like at all either. I came up with what I was doing 2 days ago. I went for a walk and listened to some music, and that was it. That's like where my idea. Or was it even 2 days? Was it yesterday?
That might have been yesterday.
It was yesterday. Yesterday I decided what I'm writing. So it's still very, very vague, and I just am gonna write it, I guess. I don't expect it to be good.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe something cool will come of it. I did NaNoWriMo in 2019 and 2020. And then chronic illness happened, and a lot of fatigue and brain fog, and speaking of brain fog, I'm like stuck on the word. Burnout, that's the one. Oh. So I really struggled with trying to write. Attempted to write some since then, and it was not a good time. It was a very bad time. And I kind of like ruined one of the projects I had that I was really excited about, and so now I'm afraid to touch it. So right now I'm kind of just like, I don't want to work on anything that I already have started that I know that I like, because I don't want to ruin it. So I want to do something like low pressure and just kind of come up with something out of nowhere and see what happens. And then, let's see. Working on first draft of a literary mystery. Fun. You did that with some of my drafts. Staying in that corner while you think about what you've done. Yes. That, that one is definitely the one that I ruined when I tried to work on it. So that one's on hold until my ability to write comes back. Yeah, pretty much all of my former projects are just kind of, I don't want to touch them until I know I can handle it.
Yeah. Or, I might last minute switch and work on that stage play of Shining Force. I might last minute change my mind and just work on that.
Right.
Who knows?
I mean, does anyone know if the rules officially require you to commit to one project or just to put the certain amount of words in for your word count?
I mean, if you're doing, they kind of, if you're doing the traditional sense, it's you work on one project.
Yeah. You could also be a NaNoRebel, which you can actually select that on the NaNoWriMo website and say that, you're doing it differently. So
I haven't made my project on this website.
I know, I have not touched the thing yet at all. The website. Okay, speaking of website, I need to find a website that I used years ago.
Any name ideas for protagonists? For my protagonist. So for mine, I've got a group of 4. There's Avel, Gavin, Leander, and Kat is my main group of protagonists. If I stick with this idea and don't totally jump ship in the last 5 minutes.
The scary part with the book that I'm writing is I only have one name picked out. I am definitely winging it this year. And the name is not even particularly original. I think I'm going to go with the name Verity for the name character because it means truth, and we're detecting lies in this book. So super basic, but sometimes you just need a working name or a working title, and you roll with it, and you can always search and replace later.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do with place names. Because I always get stuck, like, thinking about place names for hours where I try to think of, like, what's a really good, like, fitting linguistic name that covers the history of this region and, like, makes a lot of sense. And then I've been sitting here for, like, 2 hours trying to name this town that we're not even going to. So my goal this time is to just, like, name everything placeholder names, and I will fix that later.
Yeah, like Mad Libs, so you can just switch it out later.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just titled my Nano project books 1 and 2 of the Spirit series. I cheated. I mean, hey, if it works. Working title, so no. Okay. I am going to pull up something for our next thing. Let's see.
Okay.
I just looked at it and I immediately forgot it. Okay. Not this one.
What are you trying to do?
And then, it's supposed to be
Under more
brown.
tools.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
I guess I'll probably go somewhere I can wait and finish back the replays.
Yeah.
Don't cheat and look at my books.
Alright. So, I'm going to miss this. Oops. What are we doing here? This.
I'm just now logging into the NaNoWriMo site. I filled out the most basic of information about the book so far, but it's almost like the more you put out there, the more committed you feel, and you have to go through with it. So that's why I'm doing it, because otherwise I'll freak out.
I think we'll probably do that myself too while we're setting up the next thing.
Okay.
I mean, you can always go and change some of the goals, I believe. Maybe.
Alright. So, for this game, this is called 10-Minute Stories. And my sister and I invented this game, I want to say in 2020. And we played it on her channel. So this is essentially, so we use this random word generator to come up with 5 random words. And then what we have to do is write the synopsis of a story, like what would be on the back of the book, that uses all 5 words. And sometimes, so obviously this one, if we were to just use the first ones before we actually generate, let ducks sticks first and deep. Have to come up with some story that uses all 5 of those words.
An interesting set.
I know, it's a bizarre. Let's see. So, while we get all set up here and ready, get more chat here. Works and thinks for hours about a name for a city that is both magical and means waterborne city. Comes up with Toledo. Nice. Alright. So, we are going to try to figure out how I'm going to set this up, because we're gonna have a timer for 10 minutes. Which I guess I can set up here. You could drop a letter and switch the T and the D. Also.
That sounds like an evil but foolish wizard.
I can see it.
I am the great wizard Doctor.
Alright. So, if everybody's ready, I can go ahead and generate a new set of words. And then start the timer. And we will do a 10-minute sprint to come up with our stories. Alright, we ready?
Yes, so.
Okay. Submit, ludicrous, coarse, offset, and female. Start.
Do we need titles too, or just synopses?
Just synopsis. 3, 2, 1, go. time is up. All
Let's
right.
post comments.
What's that?
Are you posting these in the comments?
You can. I'll probably just read mine.
Okay.
But,
I'll probably read mine as well.
all right. So, let's see what you're able to come up with from Submit, Ludicrous, Coarse, Offset, and Female.
Who's going first?
I don't know. Ooh. Yeah.
I can go first to get mine out of the way, I guess.
Okay.
Okay. Hannah Bradbury, hero of females everywhere, finds it ludicrous that she and her fellow women submit to the lousy standards of high fashion. She decides to set her own course into the fashion industry with only one mission in mind: comfortable clothes with pockets for the modern woman. Through upsets and offsets, will she be able to stay steady against the turbulent tide of fabrics, photos, and fashionistas? Find out in this low-cut novel of downright business casual proportions.
That's pretty good.
I tried.
Oh, it was good.
All right. I guess I will go. Mine is, when Ashley is invited to submit a college scholarship essay about her most meaningful day, she realizes she's been living a rather boring life. To offset the monotony of her daily routine, she decides to go on an adventure. Joined by a female bodybuilder and a former mechanic, Ashley sets out on the most ludicrous trip she's ever experienced, which could change the course of her life, possibly forever.
Oh, it's so cool. Should I share mine?
Sure, yeah.
It's kind of crazy. It's very random. Okay. It was ludicrous, but Samantha knew she couldn't be the only person to have unlocked the secret of talking with the gophers. After all, how did they know so much about the inner workings of human civilization? One female gopher in particular, she found, was well versed in the history of the nation. Samantha knew better than to submit her findings to the authorities. They would, of course, think she was insane, but when the gophers began following her around in public, she knew she'd have to find a way to offset their suspicious presence and behavior before people caught on to her secret ability, because that would upset her life and perhaps the world forever.
I love that.
Nice.
Go first. They know. It's awesome. Air conditioning or water running? I don't know.
Oh, me. I think it's just background static from somebody's microphone.
Gotcha.
It could be like the sound from my computer over there because it's kind of loud.
All right. I don't know if anyone in the chat happened to participate. They can share their stories as well. But if not, we can move on to another round of real or fake.
Ooh.
Sure, sounds good to me.
Okay.
I got more fake books. And real books, but fake books.
Okay. Here we go. This one is called The Daughters. A family curse predicts a daughter will steal the voice of her mother.
I'm gonna say real. Real, I think.
Yeah, real.
Real? And Polly Booney says fake. Any guesses in chat? A real or a fake story? Maybe not. Okay, that one is real.
Aha.
Ooh.
Sounded too real to not be real.
All right.
Let's see, what am I up to? Oh, okay. None of your business. Sister Deborah has always had a nose for trouble, even before joining the convent, though what it most often smelled was herself. But when a large sum of church funds go missing and she's the prime suspect, she needs to sniff out the truth before the Mother Superior exposes her as the thief she probably isn't.
I want to read it, but I don't.
I feel like it's fake, but I want it to be real so I can read it.
I don't know. It's kind of. I'm gonna guess real.
Okay, so you say real. Heidi, are you saying fake?
Mhm.
And then Palavuni says real.
And then
Sounds too much like a movie plot. It is fake.
it is fake.
It is fake. So Heidi got it.
Yeah, I almost
And
guessed
Jennifer.
fake, but I just. Oh.
I'll add a point for Jennifer, too.
Cool.
It was behind, but we can add her to the scorecard.
All right. This one is called Shine, Shine, Shine. A woman struggles at home while her husband is on a mission to populate the moon with robots.
Oh, goodness.
Fake?
It's like so ludicrous that I want to say real because I don't think you'd make it up, but then, like, if you made it really dumb on purpose as a fake one, I think I'm gonna say that's real.
Like Jennifer's guessing real. What do you think, Heidi?
Oh, I think it's fake, probably.
Fake?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, that one is real.
Aha!
Ooh.
Me and Jennifer.
All right.
Let's see what's next. Okay. Things not seen. Things change for Bobby when he wakes up one morning to find himself totally invisible. When no one can determine what happened to him, he realizes that he needs to figure out how to be seen once more with the help of Alicia, a blind girl.
Real?
Ah. Man. I think I'm gonna guess real.
And Jennifer says, that one is real.
That one is real.
Ooh.
It's a real book.
It sounds so interesting.
It makes me cry every time I read it.
Oh, what was the name of the book again?
Things not seen. There's actually like a trilogy, but everybody kind of agrees the first one is by far the best and kind of just stands on its own. The second and third book aren't nearly as good.
Okay.
Oh, it sounds
Good to
fascinating.
know.
It's possible. I think it might be Andrew Clements. I think. I didn't write down the authors on my real books, unfortunately. But it's not hard to track down if you search it.
All right. This one is Caglum. A mysterious island shows up in the middle of the Atlantic, populated by people who believe it is 1740.
Ooh.
I want to say fake on that, I think.
1740. I'm getting too hung up on what might have happened that year. Probably fake. Probably just off the wall year that was chosen.
Jennifer guesses fake.
Caglum sounds like a really ugly mineral.
can see it.
It's like when you're looking at all like the gemstones, there's all the pretty ones and whatever, and then you get Caglum, and it's like brown.
The TV show, if I've ever heard one.
Oh yeah, there was a TV show recently of something similar. I feel like I think my grandma was talking about.
Oh,
I can't remember anymore. It wasn't like quite a big time gap, but there was some like recent show that she watched that does remind me of.
Alright, so is everybody guessing fake then?
Did Heidi make a guess?
I don't know. Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
It is fake.
Okay, so the point.
All right.
Caglum was too weird of a name to be the title, I feel like. Like, you've titled something different, and then it's like the island's just named that, but I don't feel like Caglum is a title that's jumping off the shelf with people. I don't think we've gotten past the publishers. Okay. Under destruction. Jace, after 20 years as a construction worker, is ready to take a break and take a rest. On his first day after leaving his job, a knock at his door announces the arrival of 5 strange dwarves bearing a message from the Dark Lord, an invitation if he's interested. With no other plans and a skeptical curiosity, what will he find if he accepts?
Huh.
Ooh. Real?
I'm gonna guess fake.
See if there's any other guesses before I...
Yeah.
More like wishful thinking, real, like I want this to be real. It sounds amazing.
What I'm hearing is I need to write all my fake books. Because they said that about a couple of books that were
Yes,
not real.
yes, all of these need to exist.
You said real? Okay. So is it real? Heidi said real, you said fake?
Yes.
It is fake.
It is fake.
Aw.
Unfortunately.
I want this to be real. If you need backup NaNoWriMo projects.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. And I will do one more, and then we can have some more chat time if we want, because it's almost 11.
Ooh.
Okay. This one is called The End of Dean Parker. A man, convinced he is dying, starts on a ridiculous journey around the world with his cat Susan.
Real. I think that's real. That sounds real to me.
I don't know. It sounds fake to me.
Got one real, one fake,
I can believe a man would name a cat Susan.
and then another real. That one is fake. I made it up. I named that cat Susan.
Should have known.
I have no man.
Should have known. Planes are for dogs.
All right. So,
Just want to make sure we get through all of them. I've still got like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like, we've got a lot to get through, so we just want to make sure we have enough time to do them all. Because we haven't. I think we've done less than half of even the ones I wrote.
7, 8, 12, 13, 14. 17 more of mine.
Yeah.
So yeah,
We'll just want to make sure we have enough time, because I really want to get through all these. They're very entertaining.
yeah, they are pretty good. We do have another hour before midnight, so I think we should be able to get through them all in time.
Hopefully.
Yeah. All right. So I guess now let's talk about how does everybody prep for NaNoWriMo normally? Because I mean, obviously this year we've talked about it's sort of a low prep year.
I feel like the years I've done. Well, I was gonna say the years I've done better, I've prepped less. But then I remember the only year I finished, I prepped a ton. I just hate the story afterwards. All the stories I've written more recently, I've done way less prep, and I like a lot, but I don't manage to finish. So it's like hit or miss, I guess. Usually I don't. My more successful ones, I haven't done a lot of planning, and those are the ones where it's like I didn't finish NaNoWriMo, but I want to go back and like touch those stories again, where they're better quality. And I think it's because I let the story progress more naturally. Where when I tend to plan, it becomes very rigid, and it doesn't feel like an organic story.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like
The
reasons.
closest I've ever come to finishing a NaNoWriMo, I got to a frustrating 49,000 words and gave up because it was too rigid for that reason.
Oh, that's rough.
no.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would hurt. Yeah, I only won NaNoWriMo twice. The first one was a rewrite of a project that I had started but didn't have very much of, and I kind of didn't like how I had written it, so I was just sort of like starting from scratch again but I had sort of a reference of what I was writing. And that one I still like a bit more because I have sort of a sense of, the original story that I liked about the idea, and I at some point will go back and fix it up and get rid of some of the cringy stuff. But yeah, then 2020 NaNoWriMo, I had this story that I'd started as, I think, like one of my first years trying NaNoWriMo, like years ago. I don't even remember how many years ago. And I had gotten like 15,000 words and then gave up. And then that laptop died and I lost the story. And I was so mad I refused to even think about that story for years. And so I have absolutely no way of getting anything of that back. So in 2019, I'm like, hey, I'll try and write that story again. And I started like intensely writing notes and planning it out and figuring out how I was going to put it together and like trying to remember what I loved about the original story. And I think I got all mixed up in the planning. And by the time I wrote it, it was a completely different story and I hated it.
Oh.
And I'm like, none of the original story that I loved is in this. It's just bad only. So it's interesting. I don't know. I feel like in the past I've been able to do a lot better when I haven't planned and I just write whatever I'm inspired to write. But then I never get very far when I do that. So I do better with some amount of planning, but I haven't figured out that happy medium yet, I guess.
In an ideal world, if I do prepare for something like NaNoWriMo or any project in general, I like to put together like a series of different PowerPoint presentations. There are other like graphics boards. That's the program I tend to use. It's not so much that I tend to present it to an audience, but I just somebody a 3-hour presentation about my unfinished project, but it's like more for my own use offline, where I organize thoughts because I like the free-form structure of that program. And the best projects, the best, most fleshed out projects just become more daunting because I have too many ideas. Like I planned a 7-book series once before even getting to the point where I could write one of the books. And I think that's where I went off track as I got too invested in building too many interconnected, overlapping stories when it would have been in my own best interest just to start simple and go with the flow. And then if it becomes a series, deal with it then.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see, Jennifer, I'm doing minimal prep. I started an outline, but I did do a fleshed out world and characters. And also working on Pinterest board for the story. Oh, late, waited too long, even plot, now I'm too late. It is not too late. I have absolutely zero plan going into this NaNoWriMo. Nada. I'm just going to start typing and see what happens.
I came with my characters yesterday, and that's all I've got.
I'm I mean, I could honestly write that gopher story if all else fails.
There you go.
Or I mean, you could totally take one of my fake stories. I'll lend it to you.
Ooh.
Let's see.
That sounds-
Yeah, I was gonna say, when it comes to planning for a story, my problem is I'm the scope of my stories is too big to fit into like a short story. Like it should be a novel, but by the time I write it, it's nowhere near long enough to be a novel. So it's like I struggle with coming up with enough like prose and descriptions and subplots and things to make the story a reasonable length. And so I end up trying to like overcompensate by planning a whole lot of like side plots and stories going into it that just kind of confuse the plot. So, yeah, I haven't figured out exactly how I want to fix that yet. Because if I was to just write, if I came up with a novel idea and just wrote it beginning to end, thinking like, this is the story that I set out to write, it would probably be like 25,000 words, which is nowhere near as long as it would need to be. So, oh, so you have a story idea that isn't fleshed out at all. Yeah, you could just take a pantser. You be a pantser.
With the pantser approach, I tend to think that writing out of order is one of the best strategies for getting really invested in it. Like if there's one piece of the story that you absolutely love and can write, you can always go back to the beginning. There's nothing in NaNoWriMo to say you have to write it start to finish.
Right. I always write out of order. I mean, sometimes I'll have like an idea for like the opening scene or whatever, and so I'll write through the first chapter and see how far I can get, and then inevitably I just give up and write the exciting parts. But see, then my problem is again with the whole scope thing of the story is I'm working on like a Google Drive, like a Google Doc, and I'm skipping back and forth. And then I completely lose the sense of my timeline, and I get lost trying to figure out where different scenes belong, and then I forget what things happened already and what things haven't. And so I just get confused.
I usually write chronologically, but because I have so little figured out right now, I might try going out of order. Because since like all I've got is really my characters and a few key scenes that like popped into my head when I was working on an idea yesterday, I might kind of start with writing some of those scenes and figure out the overarching like plot from there.
That's fair, yeah. I'm with you on that. I tend to always force myself to write in order because it feels like the best way to do it, even though like I logically know that I don't have to, but I want to. It's the perfectionist, I guess, but I have to let that go. I definitely am going to have to let that go this year because lack of planning.
Yeah. Interesting premise, two main characters that I love, and a couple of scenes. Well, that's a good start. I mean, obviously, you got more than I do.
I will say, as far as like template and overall structure, I probably will end up looking up some plot line structures just so I make sure that some of those key things are in place so I don't lose audience interest of the different points along the rising and falling action, everything that you expect to see genre convention wise in its most basic skeleton form. I want to at least make sure that I have that structure in mind as I write, and that was probably about as organized as it's going to get, but
Yeah.
just so I know I'm headed in the right direction, especially if I'm going to write it out of order, just for sanity's sake, I'm going to need some kind of a backbone structure to lock the individual pieces into.
Have you ever used the save the cat method?
I've heard of it, but never actually got around to using it.
I really enjoy it for the types of stories that I write. Some people's stories don't really fit into it well, but I really like it for the structures that I use. A lot of people also use the 3-act structure, which is similar but broken up a little differently.
Yeah. I'll have to take a look at both and see which one works best for this particular story.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I guess we could play another round of real or fake.
Sure. I'm ready to be wrong about more books.
Okay. This one's a really short one. It's called The Illumination. People begin bleeding light from their wounds.
Ooh. I want to say real.
I want to say fake.
You can do it. Heidi, have you tried the 3-act 9-block 27-chapter outline method?
It does sound intriguing. I
Okay.
add that to my list of research ideas for structure. I think probably what I'll do initially is write down just one scene's worth of material, then one that makes me believe in my project, like the really fun scene that I want to write, and then go from there.
Yeah.
Figure out structure later.
All right. So we have 2 reals and a fake.
Yeah.
It is real.
All right. What's next? Okay. Huzzah! With an exclamation mark. In this rip-roaring fantasy adventure, Bradwick Slanes leaves his life of farming for one of adventure, seeking out money, monsters, and maidens. A colorful cast of characters makes this journey a memorable one for Bradwick and the reader alike.
I feel like that's a kid's chapter book. I feel like it could be. Yeah, I think it could be real.
I do read a lot of middle grade fiction, so
I'm gonna guess real as well. It looks like we've got another guess for real.
it's fake.
That's fake.
I was like, it's either like really fake or it's. I thought real because I don't know.
No, it does. It's very much written like a middle grade thing would.
It is. It is so convincing. It either has to be thoroughly fake or absolutely real.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Next one is brushstrokes. An aspiring artist's lost painting is found by a collector who mistakes it for a missing piece worth millions.
That sounds real to me.
Yeah, I think
I feel like if it's not a real book, it's definitely a real book that's been written, even if this one's fake.
That's fair.
Okay. Got 3 reels. That one is fake.
Ah.
But yeah, there's probably something out there that is.
Yeah, because that sounds like something that definitely has been written.
Yeah, definitely would not surprise me.
Okay. The Zero Stone. This science fiction novel follows Murdoch Jern and the mutant cat Eats across distant planets as he seeks the truth of his father's death and the Zero Stone, part of a ring discovered on an alien corpse.
Ooh. also real. I feel like there's a suspicious number of real, like right in a row, though. So
I'm gonna guess fake.
Okay.
It's
Heidi
like,
says real. You two say fake. It is real.
ah,
It's real, but old. I believe it's like 1940s or something. It's an old science fiction novel that I found at a secondhand store.
aha. Welcome, author Alicia Justice. We are playing Real or Fake right now, where we list off novel titles and their synopsis, and we have to guess if it's a real or a fake novel.
It's your turn.
All right. So this one is called The Blue Girl, and it is a novel about a blue girl who eats moon pies full of secrets.
I love the sound of this. I think it's fake, but it sounds so awesome. I really
I'm
want
gonna
this to
say
be real.
fake. Yeah, I think I'm gonna say fake on that one, but it could be real and very weird.
Jennifer's guess is real. And you're guessing fake. So we've got 1 real and 3 fakes.
Yeah.
This one is real.
What in the world?
I know.
Like, what even is the plot? Like, that's the.
Don't know. That's just all I found online about it.
What was it called again? I really want to read this.
The Blue Girl, I think, right?
Yeah, The Blue Girl.
Ooh. Sounds fun.
Alright. Guess I'm up. Mansions of Night. This story of suspense features the 12 high houses of Ellerwept. Varian is drawn into a tangled web of plots and politics between them as he tries to uncover the origins of an increasing number of high-profile assassinations.
Ooh.
I'm gonna guess fake. I
My
have no
first
explanation
thought-
for why.
My first thought was fake because it feels a lot longer. It feels suspiciously longer than some of the other descriptions.
All of mine have been long.
Yeah.
I put long ones for everything.
Mine are mostly short, but there's kind of a mix of lengths for some of them.
So we've got 2 fakes and a real. Are you sticking with fake, Heidi, or
Yeah, I might as well because every time I change my answer, the first answer is actually correct.
it is fake?
Yeah.
Okay, for Amanda, and Heidi, and Jennifer.
Okay. Next up. Artificial. A woman's laptop gains sentience and falls in love with her, communicating through advertisements.
Ooh.
There is a piece of that story that I feel is very similar to a movie that I watched once, but it's not the same one. So I would say fake, but with a grain of there being some real in it, because I feel like that has been used before.
I feel like I'm gonna go with fake just because of the advertisements. If it wasn't specifically through advertisements, I would be swayed that it was real. I think it's fake.
Alright. We've got, I guess, for real. And then I'm losing track
That
of
one's from.
that was from before.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was for my mansions in there.
We've got
I don't fake. Jeffers unreal. How you said fake?
yeah.
Okay. Chat says real. The real people say fake.
Real people. It is fake.
Okay. I thought so. If it weren't for the advertisement bit, I would have fallen for it. But specifically, advertisements is just too.
I came up
awkward.
with the idea years ago because I don't remember why, but there was something about these ads popping up that would like say things, and then in the order that you would see them, it would like make sentences.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah.
All right. Heir apparent. In this science fiction fantasy novel, Jeanine goes to the Rasmussen Gaming Center and plays a virtual reality fantasy game. With the game restarting every time she dies, she must manage to survive 3 days in the game to reach her coronation.
I'm gonna guess real.
This is difficult because you know games so well. It'd be easy for you to fake something like this, but at the same time, you might read books about games. So I'm gonna stop overthinking it. Real?
It looks like we got another real in chat.
Yeah, I will say all the real books in mine are books I have read, and all the fake books are similar to real books I've read. So it feels like you've read that before. It is real. It's by Vivian Van Velde. It's like her best known book, as far as I know. It's her only book with a Wikipedia page.
Oh,
randomly.
fun fact.
Yeah, because I was looking at it when I was trying to come up with what books to put down. She's got like this huge list of works, and that's the only one with its own page, for some reason. But yeah, real book. I got it for $1 at a garage sale.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
Okay, this one. The Vegetarian. A woman's decision to stop eating meat has dark and violent consequences.
Ooh, I'm gonna say real. I could see that, but also it just sounds like a movie. But I'm gonna go with real.
Please be real. This is an interesting book. Yeah, I'm gonna be optimistic and guess real.
Okay, we got another real. And another real. It is real.
Yes.
Okay. Point for Heidi, point for me, point for Jennifer.
Yep.
Oh. You and I are tied. Heidi's winning, but she has an advantage because she only has to guess. Like, we can't score points on our own book.
That's true.
But we're still both losing to Jennifer, so we have, like, no excuse. Well, no, wait. She doesn't have to write anything either. Never mind. This is rigged.
And also, I have more books than you do, so
Yeah.
you'll have more opportunities.
Yeah, but
to guess.
I'm guessing worse. Alrighty. The Sanguinarium. This horror suspense novel chronicles the work of Dr. Havel Noctis, physician by day but vampire by night. As he hunts his own patients like prey, he hasn't gone unnoticed by the police force. In particular, Detective Sarah Brand. Will she be able to put him behind bars, or will he bring her to join his prowls in the night?
Ooh.
Interesting.
This sounds very real. This definitely sounds like an actual book.
Like, all of these do, and I can't.
Very clever writing. If it's fake, it's a very clever fake.
I'm gonna guess real.
Okay, so you two say real, Jennifer says fake. Let's see if Alicia's voting first.
Fake?
It is fake.
Ah!
Yeah.
Oh, wow. A very clever fake. Wow.
Yeah. I was pretty proud of that one. I was like, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I would read that.
Alright. This one. Waiting for Gertrude. The spirits of the famous people visit a Parisian cemetery in the form of cats.
Fake.
Real. Immediate and opposite responses for both of us.
There's no way.
Alright, we've got a fake in the chat. We've got a fake in the
We
chat.
got a fake in the chat.
And a real in the chat, so we are split 50-50. And it is real.
Aha! I knew it.
Whoa.
Alright, what do we have here? Oh, okay. Stop rolling pen.
So,
Skyfish. In this tale of adventure, in a world where blimps are still in common usage, young Matthew stows away with a crew of pirates. Upon being discovered, he must quickly learn the ropes or find himself soon walking the plank.
hmm. I'm gonna guess real.
My first guess was fake. I can't exactly put a nail on why, but
Alright.
Okay, so you've got fake, Amanda's got real, Jennifer's got real.
Jennifer's got real.
Jennifer got real. You got real. It's fake. That's fake. Heidi's the only one who knew. It is similar to Airborne, but it's not. That's not the plot.
Gotcha.
So it's very similar to a book I read. Oh, and Paola is back, but also doesn't get a point because it was fake.
Okay. Alright, this one is Him. An English professor searches for an island described in an Edgar Allan Poe novel, bringing along bones and Little Debbie snack cakes.
Real. I think that's real.
it has to be real because yeah, it has to be real because like if it were fake, it would be trying
Little
too
Debbie
hard
snack
to be
cakes.
fake. Like I feel like that would be a giveaway if it was fake.
I think it's all reals. Reals all around.
And it is real.
Okay, I thought so.
Alright.
I think the fact that you stumbled over reciting it kind of gave it away too.
Yeah, although I stumbled over some of my own too.
Yeah, but the Little Debbie snack cakes was, I don't know. I think you gave it away.
Gotcha.
Alrighty.
Too specific not to be real.
Yeah. Okay. Clear blue sky. One word. After a devastating event, Sky is separated from everything that once mattered to her. She turns to maintaining her online journal and confiding in her online friends. As distractions, social and emotional mount, will the crumbling of the wall she's built be her destruction or her salvation?
Yes. Real.
Fake? It's a tough one. I'm gonna make a random guess and say fake.
Okay.
Real from Amanda and Jennifer, fake from Alicia and Heidi. And real from Alvin. It is real. It's the book my mom wrote
Oh.
and self-published like 2 decades ago.
Ooh.
And,
Okay. Ooh, whoops.
lost my pen.
Hush Puppy. A family pet begins to speak, inviting speculation and unwanted attention into their private life.
That's a good one. I'm gonna say real. I can go either way, but I think I'm going with real.
Real? I hope it's real.
But it also sounds like something you would make up. No, I'm committing to real though.
Alright, we got a reel in the chat. Another reel.
Feels like the reals have it.
Alright. It is fake.
Wow. It's like, because like it's not like it could be real, but it also is like very much something you would come up with. I should have known. Alrighty. Paradox Verge. This science fiction novel takes place in the near future as mankind makes its first contact with alien life. Positive first contacts hide the true malice of humanity's new companions, as Harrison discovers when the freighter he is aboard is hijacked. It's a race against time as he discovers his captor's sinister plans and must make his way home before it's too late.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Let's say real.
I think I'll say real as well.
Give it a little time for chat to figure out what they think. Got one real.
And 2 more reels.
It's fake. No,
Ah.
that's fake. Totally
Wow.
The amount
Yeah.
of detail that was put into it. That was good.
I tried to make them all feel about equally detailed and about the same length so that it would be harder to tell.
Yeah. I kind of went the opposite route and found a good mix of both real and fake that were shorter and longer, and some that seemed really bizarre and out there, and some that seemed like, oh, that could actually be a really good story. And
Well, I feel like I also had the advantage of, since all of mine were books I read and you got yours off the list, I could give more detail and
Yeah.
write it the same way since I'd actually read all these books.
yeah, that's true.
It makes it harder to make things more detailed when you don't know much about it.
Mm-hmm. All right. What happened in Rome? A young family returns home from their vacation in Italy, but something seems different about the wife.
Ooh. Real?
I'm gonna go with real as well. That's what I'm
It'd
thinking.
make a really fun drama.
Something is different.
It sounds so ominous.
Now she puts green beans on her pizza.
Got a real and a fake in chat.
Can you tell them apart? I'm just hurting myself over here.
All right. Give it another second in case we get another guess.
It's coming. I can see because the chat on my screen updates faster. I
Oh,
can see it over there before it comes up here.
real. Okay. So, that one is fake.
Ah, only Jennifer got it. Nice, nice.
How many you got left?
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco.
Okay.
How many do you have left? Because if you want to double up,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
so if you want to do a second one, because you've got more than me.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Alrighty.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you for joining. Okay. This one. Mr. Fox. A bloodthirsty author is taken to task by one of his own characters.
Real. I think I'm going for real.
Real.
Real. And Jennifer's guessing real. And another real. It is real.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Everybody got that. Jennifer. Alright, now we go. Standard hero behavior. This fantasy novel follows Mason and his best friend Cowell. After their town is threatened by the nearby monsters and its main hero is revealed to be a fraud, they must search out long-retired heroes and other allies to protect their town.
I feel like that's real. But there's so many types of like superhero plots that could be similar that it's hard to say for sure.
For that reason, I'm tending towards fake.
I'm gonna guess real. And we've got let's see if they can chat.
Yeah, no, real.
Oh yeah, okay.
It is real. Yeah.
Ooh.
Read that in middle school. And
All right. Threads. A team of fashion designers uncovers a dark secret and must work together to expose those involved.
Ooh.
fake. I think.
Yeah, fake because it feels generic enough to not be something that's been published.
Yeah, I think the title is too like vague slash on the nose. I don't know. It's the title for me that makes it feel fake.
Gotcha. All right, and then we got
Everybody
fakes in
says
chat.
fake.
It is fake.
Okay. I thought so. If it had a different title, I would have believed that plot. I think. Alicia, if you would double up one more time, then I think we'll be about the same amount.
Okay. Baguettes and basketball. 2 high school students attempt to switch hobbies on a dare.
Real.
Yeah, real. I can totally see this being a middle grade book where
Yeah. That's
where
what
they
I-
discover
I don't-
that those are actually their new favorite hobbies, like the Switch tournament.
Yeah.
We've got a real one-shot and then
Another.
another real.
Everybody thinks it's real.
It is fake.
Ah,
No, that's convincing.
man, that one sounded really believable. Alrighty. Whales on Stilts. In this comedy adventure, Lily discovers that her dad is working for an evil genius who plans to unleash an army of whales on stilts who shoot laser beams from their eyes. She must team up with her friends, famous for their own adventures, to figure out how to stop them.
Oh man. It feels so fake, but at the same time, it's too fake to be fake. Like, surely.
Yeah, I know.
Too
My
fake to
mind.
be fake.
I know. I feel like it has to be real because it's so bizarre.
And yet, I feel like it could be a decoy at the same time. I'm just I'm overthinking it.
Oh man.
Like, it would be so amazing as a real book, though. Like,
I'm gonna guess real.
I feel like I should say fake, but I'm probably going to regret that. But I hope I'm wrong when I say it's fake.
Okay, so real from Amanda and Alicia, and fake from Jennifer and Heidi. It is real.
Oh, yes. What was the title again? I have to find this book.
Whales on Stilts. It is like
Alright,
a middle grade-ish book, but it's a good
We'll
time.
read it.
I like it a
I
lot.
will read it.
He's actually got a series. It's by M.C. Anderson. It's part of the Pals in Peril series.
Ooh.
Right. Oops. I haven't
It's
done
really good if you like footnotes that are like 10 pages long.
All right. Vacation. A group of friends become trapped in their beach house and must sift through secrets and betrayals to escape.
Ooh.
Real?
Real?
I think it's real. Yeah.
You said you're guessing real as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can also just meow, apparently. That means real.
Meow.
Jennifer is guessing fake.
Here's the meow.
Alright,
And
Dad thinks
another
it's fake.
It is fake.
Ah,
Ooh.
alright.
How many you got left?
3.
And I got 4.
And you should do one more double.
Okay. Flesh and brain. A virus takes the world by storm, causing zombie-like symptoms.
Real.
Yeah, I feel like it's been done. Real. Yeah.
Zombie-like symptoms getting in your brain.
That's the theme song.
Yeah, for the book.
Yeah.
You open it's like those cards that play a song. You open the book and it just starts playing that. You put it back immediately. You're like, no, I don't want it.
Can we make this a thing? Libraries would never be quiet
Don't.
again.
Please don't.
We got rules in the chat.
Yep, everybody thinks it's real.
That one is fake.
Ah. Very believable, though.
Yeah, that was.
Alrighty. Manitoba Pizza and Other Tales of Tragedy. A collection of comedic short stories centered around the misadventures of Donovan, Ashley, Bradley, and Krista, a group of childhood friends. Ashley inherits a pizzeria from her grandparents, and the revolving door of curious clientele provides no end of amusement for the 4 friends.
Hmm.
I think it's real.
Yeah, I feel like it could be real. I'll go ahead and say real. Got real in chat. And a fake in chat.
Alicia's on to me, it's fake.
Ah.
It's fake.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a good title. I thought of it, and then I had to, I sat there for 20 minutes trying to come up with a synopsis that fit that title.
All right. The Game of Death. Guests who visit a particular local board game enthusiast end up missing.
Real. I mean, I've said real in your last 5 and been wrong every time, but I'm going with real again.
I'm a bar with that strategy. I feel like I've been wrong quite a bit as well, but I'm more confident about this one than some of the others.
Okay. We've got a real and a fake in chat. That one is fake.
Again, I should have known. Everyone I think is real of yours is always fake. I was doing good at the start, and I've entirely fallen off at this point.
Lost the plot.
Yeah. Alrighty. Half Moon Investigations. This mystery novel follows young Fletcher Moon as he investigates a series of mysteries regarding other students at his school. His relationships with them, in particular one of the prime suspects, are key to solving the mysteries in his cases.
Another one where it's specifically the name thing.
I kind of feel. I feel like this is fake.
See, I'm leaning towards fake, and the only thing that's making me hesitate is the name. But I'll just go with fake.
Bradford Slade had a name in Huzzah as well, so...
Yeah. Well, I know, but I don't know. It's sometimes you hear a made-up name, and it's I think you could have made that up. And sometimes it's oh, I have no idea, actually.
So you said fake. What do you say, Heidi?
I said fake.
You said fake as well. Fake from Alicia. It's real. Half Moon Investigations.
Okay.
I found out when I was looking it up to remind myself of the plot, there was apparently a TV show made of it.
Oh.
Over in Europe. Like,
Interesting.
I never knew, apparently.
All right. Bear versus shark. A young boy wins an essay contest and gets to take his family to Las Vegas to see a bear wrestle a shark.
Ooh.
I'm sticking. I'm throwing rock every time. Real.
Uh,
Oh, you've read that book? Yeah, that would help you know that it is a real book.
All right, Jennifer's
I want
guessing.
to say real as another middle grade novel. It really does feel like something that would be written. I would be very surprised. I'll just put it this way. I would be very surprised if there was not a book like that.
Okay. You've got a real and a fake in chat, and you're both guessing real.
I said real, yeah.
It is real.
Aha!
Right.
Heidi and me and... Alrighty, my final one. My final submission. The Game of Sunken Places. In this adventure novel, brothers Brian and Gregory stay at a distant relative's house and discover a board game which mirrors the world around them and a greater game they've unwittingly become part of. They must fight to survive as they play the game and attempt to discover its secrets.
Ooh. Real?
I want that to be real. I'm gonna guess fake, but I feel like it could be real, and I want it to be real, but I feel like it's fake. I've got 2 real in chat.
What do you think, Heidi?
I think real.
Real? It's real.
Ah,
It's by the same author as Whales on Stilts.
okay.
A totally different vibe, but same author.
Right. And here's my last one. Heart of a dog. A dog implanted with the glands of a human criminal becomes a bureaucrat.
Ooh.
I'm just going all in. I'm staying on real. I'm just going to...
I think fake.
That one's real. That could be real. Sounds dumb enough it's real.
There's fake in the chat and a real. And Heidi, what'd you guess?
I think it's fake.
Fake? It is real! Woo!
One for Jennifer and for me. Alright. Final score, since we kept score. Of the people who are here still, I'm not going to list Olive and Hazel since I left. Amanda, you have 9 points. Alicia had 12. I had 14. Jennifer has 20. And Heidi won with 21.
Ah!
Barely squeaked out ahead.
An unfair advantage, though, because I was able to guess on all of them.
And you were here the whole time. Like everybody
Yeah.
else who was only guessing wasn't here for the whole time. So you did have a little advantage. I think if Jennifer had been
Yeah.
here longer, she might have beat you. That was good. It was fun.
Alright. Alright, so we now have 10 minutes until NaNoWriMo starts. So what do we want to do? Do we want to take like a quick like 5-minute sprint to just get ready and settled and ready to, get documents pulled up and drinks ready and things? Alright.
You know, honestly, it probably won't be up like a long, long time, but we'll see. Once I get into I'll either really get into it or just like write down some things. It could go either way. I could be here till next year. Who knows? The possibilities are endless.
Right. I'm gonna put on. Let's give us
Have made
like,
some progress with like typing up my random notes that I had scribbled throughout the last few days whenever a thought would occur to me. I have about probably 6 or 7 paragraphs now of random notes that crossed my mind. I was like, okay, this could turn into something. So much preparation.
Oh. All right. Let's see. I'm losing track of my. Where is my? Okay. I'm like losing all my windows while I'm trying to figure out how to get my timer up here. This one. Oops, not full screen. That was a mistake.
Ooh.
That wasn't. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and start this. Oops. That one. How many windows? We'll give us 7.5 minutes to prepare.
Okay.
Ooh. So, do what you need to do to get ready.
I forgot.
right. Time is up. Okay. So now, how long sprints do we want to do when midnight starts? I don't know how late you are wanting to stream for. We are going to be at least streaming for another hour
Okay.
just to get some writing done. I don't know, what you are wanting to do.
Well, I can play it by ear and go for a couple of sprints and see how awake I still am.
Okay.
I find it's dangerous to drink coffee this late at night. Thought about it, but I'll never get to sleep. So
Yes. Steven is making me some tea real quick.
ah,
And I'm going to pull up a 30-minute timer. I feel like 30 minutes is good first sprint time. Let's get all ready. Oh, it is time! Ah! Happy NaNoWriMo!
woo!
Share this.
Oh, the teapot is so cute.
Yes. Got Dawdling Rider. She has a lot of different timers that she allows people to use. Okay. Ah, the tea is here. And it is officially midnight.
Yay!
Okay. Oh, and we've got Jennifer and Alicia both in for another hour at least. Good. All right. Are we ready to begin? In 3, 2, 1, go.
Hi.
Hello. How did we do?
Let's see. We have 956 words.
956. Wow. I had the number in my head, and then I walked over here and immediately forgot it. 376. So much less. But I wrote anything, which is a surprise, because I went over ready to type and was like, what are words?
850.
850. Nice.
To be fair, I had written a bunch of notes that would help me with the scene before just jumping in. So this wasn't me like just jumping into something that I had no notes for. This was the section that I had written notes for.
Yeah.
The early section I had written notes for.
We got some new people in chat. Hello. And hello to Rachel. Wow. 1018. That is, I think you win for now.
I was close. I got stuck on words a few times.
Yeah. And 614, nice. Very nice. And then yes, Rachel, you cannot legally write yet. It's still 3 hours earlier there. And you outline chapters so you knew what to write exactly. Yep, that does make sense. That would help get more words. I was going from literally, I don't know if you were on yet when I said, I had no plan whatsoever. Absolutely nothing. I didn't know what I was writing when I started the timer and went over there and sat down and had to figure something out. Okay, don't know how many words you got. I'm writing and working on my outline and my Pinterest board all at the same time. Okay. Yeah, I ended up just writing like, I don't even know. It started with just a sentence that I thought sounded interesting that I had to like leave words out of because I didn't know what it was about. And then eventually I got some idea that I expanded on. So I have like a random scene and it's completely different from anything I've ever written before. So I have no idea where I'm going with it at all yet. Let's see. Huge plotter. I have been in past years, but definitely not this year. Writing about fencing. You write historical. That's cool. I've always liked the idea of writing historical style, but I don't know enough things to make it believable. How Smith can do that, I can't do that. Asthma is great. Great time.
Writing a very tense scene of the main character creeping around their own house and knocking at the door.
Ooh.
That's everything so far. It's just 850 words of creeping around their own house.
Yeah. Mine is this random scene with this girl helping her mom clean the house, and she's like a hoarder. So,
Love it.
I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with it yet. But now she has a brother named Barrett. I don't know what her name is yet, or her mom. We've got a character with a name.
That's awesome. I went for the jugular and picked the most intense emotional scene in the whole book and just decided to go for it.
Ah, nice.
So,
yes, historical is all about the research. See, my problem with anything requiring research or world building is that my brain can't hold all of the information that I need to write at the same time. So I will just research endlessly and think, oh, this would be cool. Oh, this would be cool. But then I go to write and I cannot like put myself in that world to be able to write in it.
See, world building is great because it's like doing research, but you don't have to be right about it.
Right.
No one can call you out for being wrong.
Was it from a nerdy nerd? Ooh, hoarders. Yeah, she's like major hoarder at this point. What is people's preferred methods for finding an agent for traditional route? Decided I really want to finish one this year. I am not the one to ask. But maybe somebody else knows. I don't even know how to begin looking for agents. I'm definitely leaning more towards self-pub or like indie pub versus. Oh yeah, sorry, self-pub. I know that Cordy's been doing querying lately, so you might reach out to her and see if she has any advice, because I have no idea, other than just doing some research. Ooh, 13th novel. That's pretty good. And another self-pub. See, the idea of being traditionally published, on the one hand, sounds like it would be like really kind of validating that it's like, yeah, somebody else likes your story and it's like has a better shot of like making it out into the world. But on the other hand, I don't like that you lose so much control. And especially because I tend to think in series. I'll plan a story and then immediately it becomes accidentally like a trilogy. And there's no way to guarantee that somebody who picks up your first book is going to take on the sequels. And if they own your book, then you just can't ever write the sequel.
Well, the thing is, if you decide it's going to be have sequels, then it would be like, you then have a contract to produce those sequels is sometimes a thing.
Yeah.
So, but then you're locked into making them, so you can't change your mind.
Right, and then that's even harder to find someone willing to do that from nowhere unless you've already got things.
Yeah.
In the out there. Yeah, I agree. Don't really lose control. Oh, this is your fourth novel. Yes, there is a lot of query advice on YouTube. I know for a while ago I was seeing a lot of videos about it just because I was curious about what the procedure was for that. Plan to self-pub anything in a series, but this year you want to do a standalone title tradition. Self-pub as well. Gotcha. Oh, are you frozen? Oh no, I might have lost Heidi.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
still
are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cameras.
Her video's frozen a few times. It'll probably fix it.
Yeah, the internet is kind of bad here. We lost power earlier in the day, so I wonder if it had something to do with that. But it's up and running. So.
Okay.
And either that or she's psychically broadcasting her thoughts to us now.
Yeah. There are good avenues. It just takes a thick skin. Yeah. I know that's another thing that I struggle with because like I don't have the highest amount of confidence in my own writing. So sending it out to be turned down over and over and over again is just I don't want to do that very much. Yeah. I mean, if you want to do it, then it's worth going for. Some people have good luck with it. What's your story about, Rachel? Is it a new thing, or are you revamping an old one?
I'm probably gonna stop with this one writing session for tonight. It's starting to fade here, but I feel like I made enough of a word count that I have something to work off of tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been really helpful. I've enjoyed this.
Yeah, good. I'm hoping to be able to do some more of these throughout the month. I mean, especially in this next couple of weeks because I'm still off
Not
work.
much going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I might do some pop-up sprints throughout the day or, we'll see.
Just not when I'm streaming.
Yeah, just not when easy. Although I could do that just in the other room on my laptop.
That's true. You could do it in the other room.
It is tricky though because then the timer, for some reason, the timer when I have it pulled up to show like this when the timer's up, if I go back to a different screen, it stops registering that this is changing. So the timer will freeze.
On your laptop or on just StreamYard period?
I think on StreamYard period. So
I wonder whether let me see something.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, if we have this here, and then we also run this here. So maybe if you make this not, I mean, it's working that time. But I know, like, some software, when I've tried to, like, stream stuff, will freeze if it's behind another window. So if you, like, make it, like, partial screen, so it's still, like, up, it might work. I don't know.
Is it running still?
No, I paused it.
Oh, gotcha.
We can experiment with it. We
Yeah.
can see if we can get something figured out so it doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna wish everyone a good night. Thank you.
All right.
Good night,
Thank
Heidi.
you for
Thanks for
joining
hanging out.
us.
Great. See you all.
Bye. Okay. Rachel says lost the rewind. So that was what year was that you wrote that? I'm trying to remember. That was the year you had me like typing up all of your handwritten notes so you could get done in time, right? That was probably 2018. That was a while ago.
The last one I finished would have been, like, 2011.
Oh man.
I think that's the only one I ever finished was 2011. It was my freshman year of high school.
Wow.
I've never finished since then.
I want to say that was like possibly my first year, was somewhere around there.
'Cause, like, I've done it a few times since then, but I've never finished anything besides that one time. And I never want that story to see the light of day again. It's really bad.
See, work in progress is set in 1855 New Orleans. Very nice. Do one more sprint before eyeballs go down. Okay. So, do we want to do
Good night,
another?
Jennifer. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging around.
Thank you for joining. And then, I'm like trying to not miss any chats, but then go back and forth here. Still in community college. Yeah, for sure. I think that. Because I'm pretty sure I remember because I was helping you because I'd given up on my project that year. And we had decided that the next year you were going to help me make sure that I won. And that's when 2019 was the first year that I won. Although you didn't help me, but...
You're not bitter at all.
No, not at all. Alright, so let's do one more sprint. Oops, yeah, I forgot I still had this timer running. Okay, how long of a timer do we want to do for this last one? We've got 14 minutes till 1.
I mean, I'd say the same way. I don't think you want to go shorter than that.
Yeah.
Kind of got to get rolling.
Yeah. Okay, let's do another 30-minute one then. Let me find my right. And 3, 2, 1, go. And time is up. How did everybody do?
Oh. 893 more words.
Nice.
Slightly more than last time.
I also got slightly more than last time, but still less than you. I did 504 words.
Nice. Not bad. I didn't feel like I wrote much because not much happened, but not much happened in a lot of words.
Got another 1K that round. Nice. And 922. Nice. I'm getting some big numbers. And Shayna joined us during that sprint. Yes, everyone is rocking it. Alright, what genre do you guys write? I tend to write a few genres. I tend to stick more towards young adult fiction / romance. But I have some fantasy elements in some stories and some more lean more towards dystopian, and I don't know. It kind of varies.
I write almost exclusively medieval / high fantasy, almost entirely. I've done some outside of that, but that's pretty solidly my lane.
Yeah. Alright, historical romance. And, romantic suspense and adult military romance.
That's a genre I've never heard of.
That's very specific. Alright, well, good night. You guys, great start for the first day. That's awesome.
Good night. Thanks for hanging out. It's great having you.
And it is 1:19. I was about to say it's late, but I guess it's early.
It's true.
Trying to decide if I want to try any more writing now, or if I want to call it a night and then, or a morning, I guess, and then write more when I wake up. Because I'm technically over halfway for today's word count goal.
I think I barely passed it. I think I'm slightly, I'm 100 over what I need. So
Nice.
plus knowing me, I'll be up for another 5 hours.
Of course you will. Yeah. This year I really want to be able to get every single badge. If I'm going to win, then I want to win every single badge. And last time I was one badge away from winning all of them. And that one was writing the 1667 every single day. Because somebody had told me misinformation. Somebody who was actually in charge of the NaNoWriMo website told me the wrong information and said that was just staying above the line on the graph of how many words per day you were supposed to write. And then when the month ended, it turned out, nope, it meant that every single day you had to write at least 1667 words. So it didn't count that I had written 5,000 words in one day.
No, it definitely says that on the back.
It says that now. I think they changed it. But that year, it was very vague and it didn't explain what that meant.
Gotcha.
And somebody told me the wrong information. Let's see. Good night, Shayna. Thank you for joining us. And that's what happened to you last year. Got them all but one. Was it that same issue with the one badge being confusing? I was so mad. I felt so betrayed because I had so carefully figured out how I was going to do every single badge, and I was just one off. Same badge, yeah. At least they fixed it to be more specific now. And now that I know what that means, I won't let that happen to me in the future. So far, every year that I've won on Thanksgiving. Yeah, I always try to win early because in my mind I'm thinking like, oh, I want to, be done by Thanksgiving so that, on Thanksgiving and like the day after everything, I can like spend time with family and not have to worry about it. But then also I want the badges, so I just keep writing anyways.
Yeah.
So
Doing it every single day is hard.
it
Meeting
is
part every
really
day
hard.
because like some days you just don't have the time. It
Yeah.
makes it really hard.
It does. I mean, I have the advantage of having 2 weeks off of work during November.
Yeah, but once that's over,
But once
you'll have
that's
to do it
over,
around work.
yeah, I'm gonna have to do it around work. Yes, that's Sawyer.
Yeah, he's cute. He was the cutest one I saw at the store.
It was a gift for my surgery recovery.
Yeah, it's really hard to write every day, especially if you're looking at like you wrote like 800 words ish total.
Yeah,
So
880.
you have to write double that each day, and if it took you like an hour and a half, let's say, to do that now, that's like 3 hours a day you have to dedicate to writing.
Yeah.
Obviously, like your personal writing speed makes it a little easier or harder, but like if you're looking at 2 to 3 hours a day, that's a lot of time to find sometimes.
Right. And honestly, it's going to be a grind this year for a while, at least until I get some sort of inspiration, because every sentence I just struggle to come up with anything to write. So I'm kind of just waiting for the story to appear so I know what I'm writing about.
I'll happily read it and see if I have any.
It's pretty bad right now.
Yeah.
Right, full time now, and it's so hard to do every day. See, I like the idea of being a writer full time, but I could not. I don't have the mental capacity right now. But yeah, it would be nice, but also I imagine difficult. It's becoming 3 o'clock.
That is pretty much any time after 1.
Yeah.
That's why it's streamlined, so I'm tired.
Well,
Unfortunately, my audience has to sleep.
yeah.
It's pretty out there.
Is it snowing?
No. No, it didn't snow last night. It was windy. I was hoping it was snow last night.
Yeah, the news was saying it might, but
Yeah. Oh well. It'll snow eventually.
yeah. I don't know. I prefer not snow unless I
Hey,
just.
when you don't have anywhere to go.
Yeah, for now, I guess I wouldn't mind since I don't have anywhere to be and.
Like, I don't
go out
want the
in it.
snow when we have to like go to Thanksgiving. But,
Yeah, like that won't be fun.
When all we're doing is staying in town.
Yeah.
Well, aside from everyone else being out drive for 4 months.
Right.
I think people in the Midwest have never seen snow before.
Yeah.
You don't get snow where you're at?
Wow.
I love snow. Like, fall and winter are my favorite seasons by far. I would hate to live somewhere where it doesn't get cold enough for snow.
I always used to say summer was my favorite season, but I feel like that was just because as a kid, like that's when you're out of school, you get to do fun activities with your friends that you don't normally have time for. There was like summer camp, and we went camping and went swimming and stuff like that. And so like in my mind, that was like the height of the year was summer. But now that summer is just basically the same as every other season, except for also it's hot. it's less my favorite.
See, I always liked fall because I had so many friends at school, and I wouldn't see any of them over the summer. So for me, it was like when fall came and school started back up, I'd get to see all my friends again. Where over the summer, I didn't get to see them at all. So like, spring and summer were awful. I never really cared for like spring break or anything because I didn't get to see any of my friends. It was always during the school year I did. So I think that's probably part of why I'm so partial to fall because it was like I get to go to school again. And I liked school, and I liked my friends at school, so that was always very exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to decide. Maybe fall is my favorite. Is like between fall and spring. I like both of them just because it's cooler temperatures, but I feel like spring is a lot more rainy and it's a lot more allergies.
Your allergies.
I have pretty bad allergies. As I'm like struggling with asthma.
Yeah, I mean, fall is no great shakes for you either, but
Right.
spring's worse.
Although it's mostly, I think, right now just because I was intubated for my surgery. It still irritates everything.
They filled you full of pollen.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what they did. Oh. Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is quite warm there. I like the idea of Florida, and when I go to, it's like, it's fun to be there if you don't have to do anything. Because, like, I do really well in the heat if I don't have to move. But the minute you have to, like, move around and get stuff done, I'm just like, nope, done.
Yeah.
And then, okay, you said up till you hit 6K, something I do every year, that way I'm ahead. That's quite a feat.
Makes sense. I feel like I could do that. I probably won't, so I'll probably work with tonight after you're on stream. But
Yeah.
I've done that before where, like, I think last year, 2 years ago, whenever I wrote Sendio, I did that where, like, the very first night I just, like, went until I could not stay awake anymore and wrote, like, thousands of words.
Yeah. I've, in past years, done, I'm trying to remember what my highest word count was. I think I've definitely done a 5K day.
Yeah, I'd have to check the stats.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely, like, I know I'm bad about being consistent, so when I do write, I try to write, like, a lot. Because I know that I'm going to miss days, because I just always do. So, the more I write at once, the more likely it is to actually manage anything.
My 2019 one is gone.
Just go through.
Yeah. I don't know what happened there.
Windows stats. Or,
Because I'm trying to find the stats. It goes, oh, I
Yeah,
see. You just
you can check.
So that was my 2011 when I first tried writing.
So you want to choose the project, but we choose a different. Oh, never mind. I lied. There's just two instances.
There's 3 of them.
There's 3?
I
You
tried
tried
writing
writing
it.
3 times?
Yeah, I tried picking it back up in 2017 and
Your highest is a 15K day?
whoa.
It's hard to do because you're streaming at the same time. Wow. That's a lot. Like, period.
There we go. This is
So if you switch it to the art graph, see, or no. Oh, there's total count.
oh,
That's total
total.
count.
Oh, here we go.
Down at the
Daily.
bottom. That first day was, like 5,000. 5,002.
Yeah.
I guess I can look at my stats and see what my highest is. 'Cause now I'm curious. Okay, that one went nowhere. Okay, that one's a bit better. So that one, yeah, when I did Sendiel, the first night was 6,328. Which is probably... Oh, that I just dumped a bunch on one day. I didn't actually write that much in one day.
Oh.
I just like had a bunch I wrote and didn't count it right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that 6,000 on the first opening night is the highest I've ever done. Let me check. I've got a couple other decent stories. I get up like close to 3,000 a lot.
Yeah, I mostly stay around the 1667. But yeah, this is the year that I missed that one badge, and it was because of
Yeah, I
it
see.
was 4 days that I didn't write enough. Just
Yeah.
4 days, and I was so close. If I just wrote a little bit more, like this, one of them I'd written 969 words. One of them I was 815. One of them I was 1,048. I was so close.
Yeah, if you just managed to get a few more hundred those
Oh.
days.
1,221. Oh, it just hurts so much to look at those numbers. I could have gotten that bad.
Well, I think the other thing is like something that's gotten me before. Not that I was like ever close to getting those badges, but because you have to submit your word count on the day. So it's like often I write like through midnight, and that means if I submit it, it puts it on the next day and not necessarily the first day. So it's always like I've tried to put in a word count at like 11:50 and then start my one for the next day so that I make sure I have it in.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's inaccurate. I get like a huge bump where it's like, no, a lot of that writing was yesterday.
I know a few years ago, they used to do, like, you could retroactively adjust, like, how many words you'd written.
It might be possible. It's just not convenient.
Yeah. I know at one point they took that option away, but I don't know if they've ever added it back.
Gotcha.
Well,
Thinking.
I am thinking I'm probably going to be winding up here soon.
Okay.
I'm getting sleepy, and I know I don't have any more writing left in me.
I think you have to guide.
Possibly. I don't think I could come up with very good, like, critique or, feedback.
Well, maybe I can give you the link and you can look at it or something.
Okay. Yeah. I could.
Because I like feedback while I work.
Yeah.
Keeps you motivated.
See, I have, like, what I've got is, like, it's so disjointed right now because I haven't fully figured out how I want to write it yet. And so I have just, like, a paragraph that I think sounds nice, and then another paragraph that's somehow related to the first one, but it's like, I don't know that I would use both of them. I might, like, change one if I use the other, or just use one. I don't know. So there's a lot of stuff, like, this is definitely, it doesn't make sense as it is.
Maybe you should write your stories and choose your adventure, but instead of different plot lines, just choose which paragraph you want to read. So like, as you go through the story, it's like you can read paragraph A or B, and they do the same thing, but they're just two different options.
Yeah, just a different reading experience.
Yeah, just build your own story.
Choose your own prose.
Yeah, there you go. Each page has a top half or a bottom half.
Yep.
It's the same story, just written two different ways. That would be interesting for a story written from two perspectives.
Yeah.
Because I've seen like book series where like there's different books from different perspectives, but if it's like you actually have each page is just like the perspectives of the different characters, would be interesting.
Yeah.
It would be a very confusing reading experience unless you read through like all of one character and then all of the other.
Mm-hmm.
But reading them simultaneously would be like having them there would be interesting. So then you can see how it lines up when you read the second character and be like, "That's what they were thinking."
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how well that would work. You'd have to construct a weird narrative around that. It would be interesting.
Yeah. I feel like somebody smarter than me would be able to take that and, like, I feel like it would do well with something like a mystery, or
that could be interesting,
or something where you're like piecing together things to try and find like the whole story.
Yeah, I think that would be interesting because, like, for a mystery, that would let you do kind of the like drama that mystery shows do, where you get to see what the bad guy's doing at the same time as what the good guy's doing.
Oh yeah.
So then, like, you would be able to see, like, what was the bad guy doing at that time? Like, you know, they're trying to hide the evidence or like get away with their whatever. That would be a really interesting, like, dramatic irony kind of setup.
It kind of makes me think of that scene at the beginning of Avatar when you've got like
like
Zuko.
the gearing up sequence.
Yeah, when you've got Zuko and Iroh trying to follow them and like, I don't know what's going on. It must be like a master of.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of initially when both Zuko and Sokka are getting armored up, and it's like cutting back and forth between them.
Oh,
but yeah, that too for sure.
It's like must be a master of evasive maneuvers or something like that, and then it goes over to Aang, and he's just like has no idea where he's going.
Yeah, someone should do something like that. I would love to, but I'm terrible at writing mysteries. I love mysteries, and every time I try to write one, it's terrible. Because I'm really bad at doing like good clues that are like good enough but not super obvious.
Yeah.
It's not my strong suit, but I would love to read one like that. That would be super cool.
Same.
I should find somebody who writes mysteries at like Bowling on writing.
Right. Or just find somebody on Fiverr.
Here's the most intense writing project of your life. $5.
Alright, well...
Imagine, like, doing NaNoWriMo, a Fiverr gig a day, where you have each of, like, different authors every single day write 1,600 words and put it together as a novel where, like, pass it between them. Or doing it, like, not like that, but with other people, just do a chain, where each day a different person's assigned to write their part of the story, and it just, like... They collaborate.
That would be really interesting. And you have like multiple stories being written.
Mm-hmm.
Like if everybody's writing each day, but then the story passes around.
And keep passing around the circle. Like that'd be really interesting to write collaborative novels that way.
Yeah.
That would be really interesting to try and do like maybe next year or something. Because we've got some like other writer friends and it would be fun to try and have like everybody comes up with a premise and you know, pass it around that way. Of course, you want it to be like not your favorite story, like not one you care about as much, because I don't write your kind of stories well, and you don't really write my kind of stories. So it would end up being like probably a mediocre story overall, but it would be a really fun experiment.
Yeah, that could be really cool.
We'll have to file that away for ideas for next year, or maybe for Camp Nano.
Oh, that's true.
Is that June or July?
It's in July and April.
Like, that would be a good Camp Nano project. So that everybody can still do, like, their real NaNoWriMo the right way, but, you know, Camp is better for experimentation. So.
Yeah. And plus you can set, like, lower word count goals if you want. For
if you want to make it lower stress. And write them as, like, you can write them as, like, a collection of short stories. Then, or something. I don't know. It's interesting. Something to think about.
Yeah. I've been trying to think about other things to do for NaNoWriMo because I always like making an event of it and having fun stuff to do. And like some people do like gift swap things throughout the month. So I remember seeing in past years like they'll get some sort of a bag and fill it full of goodies and then just they'll like mail it to each other and you get like I'm trying to think of like how it works. I want to say some people do it like a Secret Santa thing where you just like get somebody's name and you send them a random bag full of goodies, and it will be stuff like your favorite writing pens or notebooks, or a craft book that you really like, or fun stickers, or teas, or just interesting writing adjacent things that you think that they would like, and then do like an unboxing thing like that. I feel like would be kind of fun, but not enough time this month to facilitate something like that.
I also would hate getting cool notebooks and pens because I would never use I would be like, I need something really cool to write with these, and nothing would ever be cool. Because that's all of the cool notebooks I have are all still blank, because I can't think of anything cool enough to write in them.
You just get a really ugly notebook.
Yeah, ugly notebooks are great. That's why I have so many spiral-bound notebooks full of tons of stuff, because I can just write garbage in there.
And see, I'm the opposite. Well, it kind of depends. If it's really nice and especially like a leather-bound fancy.
And this is still my coolest one that I refuse to write in because it's too cool to write something lame in.
It is very fancy. It feels like some sort of secret information should be in there from some mystery.
It's like got a latch and everything, and all the pages are like uneven-ish, and like it's so cool, but I can't write in it because nothing's good enough.
I would have trouble writing in something like that. Whoops! Oh no! I just knocked my tea over.
Well, that was unfortunate.
And of course, it's all over my desk. Hold, please. Man.
At least it's just like the keyboard tray.
Yeah.
I should have left the paper towel with you when I went to throw this away.
Yeah. Oh well. Of course, it's the desk my grandpa made me. Well. This is just... Mouse pad needs a timeout.
Yeah. It's not a great mouse pad anyway. We should get you a better one.
Yeah.
Is that a mouse pad that's unopened?
I think it is.
You've got a backup mouse pad right now.
Yeah, this is just the one that my work gave me for free, so.
Yeah. We can, when we're done, bring in your hair dryer. And dry it if you're worried about it getting too hot.
Yeah.
Since I know you care about this.
Yes.
I'm just going to put this on the drying rack.
Okay. Well, that was exciting. I forgot what I was saying entirely. Oh, right. We were talking about cool notebooks. And that's what happened, because I went to close my keyboard tray to grab a notebook and forgot that my key was sitting on it. So yeah, that type of notebook I would definitely have trouble with. But I do like getting kind of nice notebooks. Like I got like this one, and it's still like a spiral bound that like once you have it open, it just feels like a normal notebook. But it makes me happy and feel more motivated to like do stuff. So I like when I'm a bit more prepared for NaNoWriMo. I generally will go out and buy like a couple of nice looking notebooks like that, just so that I can write random stuff. Because sometimes my brain will stop working and I need to handwrite. I miss that key. Oh, I feel so silly.
I'm just like, I don't go through a million paper towels if I just do it paper towels. Okay, that should be decent. I'm just going to leave this here so that you don't step on the left floor with your socks.
Okay, thank you.
Well, maybe if I flip this. Nope, it's just all wet.
Okay.
Well, that part's kind of dry.
Do you have any carpet cleaner?
Do we have carpet cleaner? I'll look.
I figured like maybe tomorrow would be worth like. Yeah. Well, I feel like that's probably a sign that I need to be done for tonight. My brain has stopped working.
We do.
Okay, cool.
It instantly removes blood.
Oh, good. So, if I had been drinking blood instead of tea,
Yeah,
then we'd be covered.
like in Sanguinarium. The fake book I made
Right.
about the vampire.
Yep.
We have to spray this generously. Don't be stingy.
Oh,
I'll probably do this once you're done.
okay.
I mean, the sooner we do something, the more likely it works.
Yeah. Alright, well, thank you for joining me, and
Yeah, thanks for hanging out. It's been great streaming and meeting everybody.
yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and it's been a long time since I've done a stream like this, so it was nice to get back into things. Oh, and thank you very much. Oops, I somehow...
You highlight everything with your mouse.
Oh,
So
that's...
you nail it. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't know how many
That's
times
better.
I'll be here when she's streaming, since I'll probably be working if she's doing it during the day, and then during the evenings, Monday and Wednesday, I stream myself. So, but I'll probably be here every now and then.
So thank you for coming, and I will see you at some point in the future.
Good night.
Bye!